Yo, I been in the trenches, seen dudes fall in the trenches, seen blood spill in the ditches. Hello, this is your host, James Parker, back here with Truth in the Trenches, and we got a special guest today. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Hannah Davenport.
I'm Hannah Davenport.
Yes.
All right, so Hannah's here today, and we're gonna have a quick discussion. And the topic today is going to be losing yourself in relationships. So Max, have you ever been in a relationship, all lovey-dovey, and lost yourself in the process?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. You ain't got to say no names.
Okay.
And let's just talk about the beginning of that relationship.
The beginning of the relationship was very magical. It was one of those things where he was trying to set the tone with impressing me to get me, but got too comfortable and forgot to, I wouldn't even say forget, like he just stopped pouring in with the little things. Okay,
so in the beginning when he was doing all this to get you, what was he doing?
Flowers. He would buy snacks for my dog, and everybody knows my dog that's my heartbeat. So if you take my dog or my animals into consideration, that's an automatic, like, you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? He would do that, and then like he would do like spontaneous little trips, like he'd plan trips, or he would like bag up the Mary Jane, and make sure I have my, my ounces and stuff. Like just the little things that he knew that I enjoyed, that I liked doing.
Okay, so he was sounding like the perfect gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So he was actually focused on you.
Mm-hmm. I was a priority. Like he has 2 kids, so he would make sure that his kids, like his mom would watch the kids. Like we would go on a date and the kids were dropped off. But then it got to the point where he stopped doing that. Like he would put the kids and use the kids as an excuse not to hang out.
Okay. So he started off doing everything you expect or you appreciate in a man. Mm-hmm. You said he was just kind of cut off. Mm-hmm. Okay. So in that relationship, when did you realize you were losing yourself in it?
The thing is, I knew, because like, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but like he would like call me out my name. So he'd call me bitches. And I was so in love and blind that I would just wipe it under the rug. But then I guess I had a reality check when I finally chose to make the move of getting off my antidepressants.
Say it again.
I made the choice of getting off my antidepressants.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like that helped me open my eyes to a lot of the things that he would do and like manipulate and like gaslight, in a sense.
Yeah.
I also felt like I was a lot more fragile back then, but like now I can't tolerate a lot of bullshit. So I feel like that was when I kind of opened my eyes and realized it.
Okay. So it sounds like around the time, well, first you said he called you the B word. I don't like cussing it. I'm not going to even use it, in the presence of another female. And you said around that time you was getting off your antidepressants.
I'll say this. Okay. What's today? Today's what, Sunday? About a week ago, he slipped the B word again. And I've been off my antidepressants for a month, almost 2 months now.
So you said a week ago he slipped this word? Mm-hmm.
He also did it like a lot in the beginning of a relationship, but I was so emotionally like in my own world, because like when you're on antidepressants, like it's a stimulant to help you with your depression. And so that's when he was doing it all the time back in the beginning, I ignored it. Mm-hmm. But then when I finally got off, and I've been off for like a month, almost 2 months, and he did it again, it was a different reaction.
So we're talking about a present relationship. Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he started calling you the names. Did you address it with him?
I did, actually. So when he called me that name, the B word, about a week ago, it kind of just made me pull back. It was immediate unattraction. Like just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I tend to isolate. So I isolated myself emotionally, distanced myself, needed to really gather my own emotions and my thoughts. And then he noticed and like would question like, what's going on? So I told him like, I don't feel appreciated. I don't feel loved. This isn't love. This is lust. Like,
yeah,
you're lusting me. You're not loving me. Because if you loved me, you would never allow a toxic, ugly, disgusting word like that slip out of your mouth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's been something that I've voiced in the beginning of a relationship. Mind you, I've known him for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
So it's like you are very well aware and you know the things that I will tolerate and the things I won't tolerate.
Oh, so this was one of those big ones. Mm-hmm. Like, don't call me out my name.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I think that's important to say because I think people watching, some people will say, well, he got frustrated. He called you the name. It ain't like he hit you. It ain't like this. But also, I think it's important that in the beginning of relationships, you set in that foundation where, look, I do not want to be disrespected. This is not what I'm not going to tolerate.
Yeah. So. I mean, a big one that a lot of people say is it's a cultural thing. I get it's a cultural thing, but we're in America. So
I never bought the it's a cultural thing. But I'm like, when isn't a culture to disrespect somebody?
Yeah. Because it's like I asked him a question. I asked him this exact question. Would you want your daughter to be with a man like you? Mm-hmm. And he said no. So my question is, so why the hell you think I want to be with a man like you then? Why try and manipulate to keep me around when you know that you're messing up?
You know, that was pretty tough for him to be that honest.
I mean, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have to also be open communication, transparent of what you're looking for, what you're wanting in a relationship. So, I mean, if you're manly to call me the B word, then I'm woman enough to be that blunt and honest. True. I need answers.
How did it feel when you asked him, would you want your daughter to be like, well, when you asked him, would he want his daughter to be with somebody like him? And he told you no. And this is the person you're actually in a relationship with.
That made me feel like, yeah, like disgust. Like, so you know.
I'm surprised he didn't even lie and be like.
Oh, I mean, well, the thing is, he actually admitted at the beginning of the relationship, and I knew, but I guess I wasn't confident about it. But like, I was a rebound. It was a rebound thing in the beginning. Like, he admitted the other day that he wasn't really ready for a committed relationship. And then that's where I questioned. So then why put yourself out there and say these things like you want a family and you want to have kids and you want marriage, but then you don't want to be in a serious relationship. Like, he wanted to be in a situationship.
Yeah.
And I'm not a situationship type of woman.
Yeah. And I think that's where in relationships, it's important to be honest in the beginning. Because it does sound like if you're going back in the beginning, this honeymoon stage, which I hate honeymoon stage, where he's doing everything and telling you everything that he feels, you know, you want to hear.
Yeah.
But with no actual plan to follow through.
Exactly. Or another big thing he did was when I finally gained the courage to break up with him, because he emotionally like withdrew.
Hold on. Because 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Let me clarify this.
Okay.
I didn't clarify. So we're not in a committed relationship now. I broke up with him March, but then I was like, you know, I still care about the man. I still love him. I want to at least work towards something. Like, let's see if we can work towards it. So we're not in a committed relationship at the moment, but we're
trying to work through
exactly.
Things. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
A quick little.
No, I should have clarified that. But yeah, so, yeah, I forgot where I was going.
Okay, so y'all are working on things, not in a committed relationship, but
we're trying to work on it.
And just because I know people listening is going to question, Because it sounds like a lot of it is the B word. So was it like a multiple times, or he just got comfortable with the disrespect? Was there anything else that started to like fall to the wayside?
Like the things that he would do that were just a no-go. He's selfish, very inconsiderate.
So he went from, I'm going to give you the world, to,
I'm going to show you who I really am.
Yeah.
And then it made me think, like, I see why your baby mama left you. A woman doesn't leave a good thing. You know what I mean? You're 34. 2 kids. One isn't even biologically yours. Why did she leave you? That is the question that I will always ask myself if I'm dating someone, especially someone's older than me. Why are you still single? Yeah. And then I find out, and it's like, okay, well, you're a bad apple. Is how I see it.
I see that. I think I've always, people younger or older, it's if there's relationships and it end, I look at what is his toxic traits, what's he doing that's wrong, and then I say, okay, she ain't perfect. There got to be something that's. So
there's a secret recipe somewhere in there.
Yeah, because we all flawed. If a person say I don't do nothing wrong, then they're lying.
Very much, and it's funny that you say that because he would always paint the baby mama to be the bad person. She cheated on me. Well, why? There's reasons to a woman choosing. If she's emotionally checked out, there's reasons behind it. So take accountability for your actions as a man that led up to her wanting to do what she did.
Sometimes,
but I mean,
I don't want to sit there and say he's in the right, because from what I'm hearing, no, I've seen people come in, especially on a rebound, and sometimes they ain't even intentional. They're hurt and they want to get in this relationship and be happy, but they haven't given themselves time to process and heal,
because they don't know how to navigate that through them by themselves.
Yeah. So it always sounds good to get in and I want this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then reality hits, and now you dealing with all the stresses and the pains and trauma from your old relationship.
Yep.
And now you're expecting this new relationship to fix all this, and then it
doesn't.
Starts to crumble.
Because it's like you're going right back into the cycle that you was doing in your last relationship. Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No. My thing is, I mean, I'm not perfect, but when
Good thing you said that, because I was about to say, okay, this is the perfect one.
I'm not. No, I am far from perfect. But one thing that I will say, I'm always open for feedback from my partner. So if my partner expresses that they don't like something that I'm doing, I'll fix it. And the goal is, if you bring it to my attention, it won't be a topic of discussion again, because I'll be fixing it.
Yeah.
Like, I pay attention to my actions. So, and I feel like I'm old enough to do that. So I feel like any man should do the same.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about relationships and just being honest in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
That means it's going to end.
Yeah, it's like lust, because it's filled with lust.
It's not real. So I've always, tried to tell people, be who you are in the beginning. Of course, there is that excitement piece where, you're a little more excited, and there's certain things you're doing a little more of, but I like to know, what are the do's and don'ts off back, like you told them. Don't disrespect me. Don't call me out my name. So I always thought that was important, but unfortunately, most people get into a relationship, they're probably going a little faster than they actually should.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we all have done that.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing.
So where are y'all at now? Are y'all still where are you at now? I'm talking to you, so
where I'm at now, I told myself that if he wanted to, I can't say the actual thing I want to say out of respect to your podcast, but he found out the hard way. So I'm taking it upon myself to see my options.
Well, I don't know about the disrespect to my podcast. I appreciate it, but it's called Truth in the Trenches.
He fucked around and he found out. is what it was. And I told him, if you continue with the disrespect, you're going to fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking it upon myself. I'm emotionally already checked out of it. Like I don't want him in my space. Don't want to talk to the guy. You like really, don't really want to see his face. Pisses me off. Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing my options. I'm going on dates, and I did go on a date last night and it was amazing. Mm-hmm. But it's also one of those things where the lust, but I think one thing that I do like about this individual is he shows who he really is. Like there's no lust from him. Like he's authentically him. He enjoys doing what he enjoys to do. And he has like very healthy boundaries, something I haven't seen in a man in a long time. So.
Okay. This I'm first date.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna first date. He's direct.
Yeah, but even like FaceTime, very direct.
Okay, so like, you've been.
Oh yeah. This is like
I don't want you to make this.
No, we've been talking since for almost 2 weeks. I met him last Sunday, and so like when we were on FaceTime, it's like usually like when you're in a relationship, you'll stop everything, drop everything for this person. No, he continues doing what he does. When he has the time, he'll call, he'll chit chat. But if he's occupied, either with work or his kid, that's a priority. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like that's a really healthy boundary.
Thank you for saying that. Because I have a question.
I have an answer.
No, because what you said, to me, I'm like, that's pretty cool. He doesn't just drop everything. He got priorities, and you respect that and understand that. Mm-hmm. If you go on social media, a lot of times, people and the females on a podcast or on a podcast, their issue is that the person's not dropping everything. They're not paying for everything. They're not doing this. They're not. So
yeah, no. I personally do not like the 50-50 thing, but I like having an option. So.
Oh no, 50-50, what you mean?
Like for dates, like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to pay for a date, but if I have the option of doing it, like last night I bought tickets for us to go to the movies. It was spontaneous as hell. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a problem because it was an option. He stopped me, but I still paid. That makes sense.
But you don't like 50-50?
No. I feel a man's job is to provide, to protect, to lead. You know what I mean? And it's the woman's job to follow her king. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And now if she wants to go 50-50, that option should be open. You know what I mean? As a woman who carries the children and makes sure the children are okay, the house is clean. Yeah, it's an option. But me personally, I don't like it.
See, I agree with that on the basis of you saying take care of the family and being a provider, because now we're talking about a family thing.
Yeah, a healthy dynamic.
What do you feel like when you're first dating and getting to know each other?
What do you mean? Like the 50-50 thing?
Yeah, if I'm, I have a family in a relationship.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to try to, cover everything.
Okay.
I'm not saying I can all the time, but
yeah,
if I'm a lead, there's certain things I'm going to do. I'm not that same person all the time if I'm just getting to know somebody. So I'm not paying for everything and just going out there and throwing all my money out there as a young person. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but what's the question though?
You don't believe in 50-50. So let's say you getting to go know this guy now. Well, you just pay for the movies.
Yeah.
But you're expecting him to pay for it.
I mean, okay, this is what it is. The only reason, he's made it clear. Yeah. He set the tone.
Okay.
I am the type of man, I don't allow my woman to pay for anything. It's the man's job to pay the bills and make sure that everything is taken care of. And it's a woman's job to make sure the home is a home. That's old and traditional. That's how I am. That's how I was raised with my grandma, who's from the South, as well as my mother. So, but if my man is like, I'm short maybe $1,000 on a bill, can you help me? Say less. Yeah. Okay. I'm not finna be like, oh no, you're broke, you don't have it. Oh, I gotta go. No.
Okay, that's cool.
Absolutely not. No. If that's what a healthy dynamic is.
True. I respect that. Mm-hmm. So, I I'm gonna call him X-Man, the one before. Right? I don't know his name, so he X-Man right now.
Okay.
So X-Man, you said he messed around and found out.
He fucked around and found out. Yep.
So is there still a space to where if he start making changes that you'll revisit it?
But the thing is, when I broke up with him, he was very consistent with therapy, and I peeped it. I would just watch his behavior. The moment I started coming around and applying pressure and, oh, hey, he stopped going to therapy. He didn't go for like 3 months. Now that I've backed away, I have to go to therapy again.
Wow.
So that right there, that inconsistency, I don't want that. Because let's say if I, like, that just shows you don't know how to be consistent with that. What other things can you not be consistent with? And then it's like on top of that, when he emotionally withdrew, I am so fearful of putting 100% in that the relationship, because I'll be damned if he tries to do that again. Now let's say fast forward 4 years, if we have a kid and he's emotionally unavailable and he withdraws, I'll be damned to go through that by myself. I'm not doing that.
Okay. I respect it. It almost sounds like he want you to be his therapist.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. You're a grown man.
And that's not a real, that's not a...
That's a...
There's a difference between supporting somebody in a relationship and then you having to be his therapist, his mom, his...
Mm-hmm. It's a lot. And it creates a lot of resentment.
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, you're a bitch. I'm sorry, you are. Like, this is not... And this is also not what I'm used to. I have 6 brothers. Yeah. You know what I mean? It comes to the point where I don't even open the door for myself. I for sure don't have to hold a bag. You know what I'm saying? Unless I want to. Yeah. So that's the tone that my older siblings have made. I expect the person that I choose to have children with or marry maintain that or have some sort of decency.
Okay. So during your relationship, do you think he just had like some trauma and things to process, or is it just
what it was? Because he actually admitted this, and I already knew it. I called him out on it, but he lied. The reason why he moved the way he moved was because of his ex. She used him.
So,
trauma. Yeah. But my thing is, that's why we go and get help for that trauma. And when I had told him to go get the help, he didn't believe in it until I broke up with him. And then I told him about himself. And then he was like, okay, I need to go to therapy. Yeah. So now that he goes to therapy, that's cool. But you have to be consistent with therapy. It's not just a one-time session and then you dip and you're all fixed.
True. And I think with people, I know we're talking about X-Men, but people do it where it's like it's out of a sense of urgency for losing a person.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a relationship and it starts going bad, or I effed around and found out,
yeah,
like he had to, if I'm only going to therapy to impress her and have her come back in my life, then I'm not really doing therapy. No. It's manipulation now.
Very. And
it has nothing to do with me helping myself. It's
in any way.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because he's now dealing with the family dynamic. So if you take my dynamic with him, the whole emotional, the manipulation, the no validation, the no safe space to express how you feel, he deals with that with his family. And so
what you mean?
So like his work, he owns a restaurant. So at work, you know, he works with the family and like he is the head of the restaurant. Mm-hmm. So he cooks. And so it's him and his brother side by side, but his brother doesn't give him any support. So he's left having to figure it out on his own. Then his mom, who doesn't validate him, he's left depressed, having to figure out these emotions on his own. And so when he had told me that, I told him, now apply that with our relationship. That's how I feel all the time. Mm-hmm. Because I can't come to you to talk to you about certain things because you get defensive.
Yeah.
You invalidate and you shut down. You don't want to hear it. So then that leaves me depressed as hell and having not to suppress my emotions, but to deal with them on my own. Mm-hmm. When I'm looking at my quote unquote, my man, you're not my man. You're just a dude that's just here. That's no help. Okay. That's honestly how I see it.
Yeah, and you know, it sucks because I think the shutting down thing is the thing that a lot of guys do.
Yeah. Some. It depends their upbringing. if their parents were emotionally available or not.
Yeah, but I think, and I'm not excusing him, and I'm not excusing myself as well, but I think sometimes it's not looking weak.
Oh,
we don't want to be vulnerable.
That whole facade of a man. Yeah.
And I can assume that you're a strong Black woman.
Absolutely.
And, sometimes we get a fear of if we be vulnerable, then you see us as weak. And once you see us as weak in our eyes, it's easier to start looking elsewhere.
Yeah.
So we feel like we got to always be tough, whatever. So it's easier to shut down than to say,
but if you can express to your partner, the person that you so quote unquote love, that you're hurt, then as a duo, you guys could work on that together. But at this point, why would I want to work on something with a person who can't be honest and who has to lie? Now, at that point, it's the little things like the lying, the no accountability. That's what makes you weak. Yeah. It's not the fact that you can't, like, if you can communicate with me and be like, I'm having a hard time, I feel like I'm in my head, that's respect. As a man, you're coming to me and you're telling me that, let's work on this together. There's coping skills for that. But if you're going to do the basic thing that all men do where they lie and try and become something that they're not, yeah, you got to go. Because we're not playing this game.
Not all men, like you said.
Yeah, not all men, but some men. It's very pathetic.
So I think a good question would be just in relationships. How do a man and a woman create that safe space to be vulnerable? Because a lot of times, guys want to shut down and just be like, I'm all right, because they don't want to look weak. And then I've seen numerous times where if a female open up, I've seen the guys get frustrated.
It's a lot to handle, yeah. I feel like in order for that to even be a thing, well, for one, you have to have a friendship before a relationship. Understanding your partner, even as a friend. You know what I mean? And once you have that down, then it's like not talking at them, but talking to them. A lot of people fail to realize that they're important. Like, a lot of people are triggered because people talk at people. Yeah. You're not going to get a response, a healthy response, if you're talking at anyone. Now, if you're talking to them, like an intellectual conversation, and you're putting your vulnerability on the table, and then they can sense that it's a safe space and that they can do it too, you're good. And I've tested it myself, because even with the ex, at first he did that. Oh, I'm a man. I own a restaurant. That's cool. Your house is still dirty as hell. You know what I'm saying? Your laundry's 2 weeks, nothing's done. That's cool. But when I was able to let him know, look, this is how I really feel, and I called him out when he got defensive. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, if you can't have an intellectual conversation, we're stopping the conversation, and we can come back to it later whenever you're ready. But I don't want to talk to you if you're not giving me the respect to have an intellectual conversation.
See, now it's going to be my next question is, what do the intellectual conversation look like for you? So, we communicate differently too.
Yeah. Open and honesty.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some real ass shit. Huh?
Even if he's saying something you don't want to hear?
Even if he's saying something I don't want to hear. My thing is this, don't tell me the things I want to hear. Tell me the things I need to hear. He messed up because he told me the things that I wanted to hear. Yeah. When you simply could have just told me the things that I needed to hear so that I can prepare myself to make that exit. And in the long run, who knows? We can probably rekindle that relationship later down the line. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't allow that to happen because you was being selfish. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like an intellectual conversation is honesty. Opens your transparency.
I agree. And I think the hardest part, like I said earlier, is how do you create that space to where, like you say, create this space to where you can be honest and he can be honest. And like you said friendship first.
Yeah, friendship. Yeah.
And that's the hard part, because
not a lot of people know. Well, they don't know how to do that.
I think people are scared to look in the mirror.
Absolutely.
I think that's a lot of the cases when people go into the relationships. Mm-hmm. It's, you got to face yourself. Yep. You got to face your insecurities, your flaws. So it's like, I'm not gonna do that. Let me just go find somebody else to entertain, and hopefully they accept me for who I am.
Yep.
And I know everybody says, accept me for who I am. But in relationships, I think it's not fair to tell somebody to accept all my flaws and everything that I'm not trying to work and I'm not trying to heal from, I'm not trying to process.
Yeah.
Because that's not your responsibility.
No, it's not.
But unfortunately, he made it yours because as soon as you came back around, he said, I don't need you therapists. I got mine.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said, no, like, we're not doing this. It comes to the point now I don't even see myself having kids with the man. At first, I wanted to have kids with him. I don't want kids with this man. You're broken. Yeah. I want a strong foundation for my future children. I come from broken. So why would I want to continue that toxicity with my children?
Yeah.
And then it's like, on top of that, I want my sons to know what it's like to be a young man. Mm-hmm. How the hell am I going to have a kid with a boy who's not a man?
Or I say a man who haven't processed his trauma.
There's certain things that make him a boy. The emotional aspect. Not the trauma. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that's trauma, but dude, you're 34. You should have been taking this into consideration before hopping into a relationship with someone who's content.
Agree. But, you know, it's accountability. Accountability is a tough thing to do.
For some people.
For most, I would say.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it's even in the conversation, and like I say, from what it sounds like, he messed up a lot. But, you know, during the conversation, I guess I would be like, in a relationship, what are things that you struggle with?
Yeah.
That you kind of could have done differently to maybe make the relationship better? Not saying it would have worked, but, you know, during the conversations, you'll hear a lot of people say, this person did this. And it's not often where they say, well, but I contributed this way.
If I could go back and really look at the things that I did, I feel like the only thing that I did was ask for help. And he didn't like that. He didn't want me to depend on him. So my thing is, okay, so if I didn't depend on you, that would have made our relationship better. I'm not doing that.
Okay, so we're going to dive on you a little bit. So asking for help.
Okay.
Go a little deeper into that.
So there was a time where my car broke down. I got into an accident on the freeway. I was also not financially in the best space. Mm-hmm. I would say I was like a year into California when I moved back. So I was still trying to get my grounding. So I got into an accident or whatever. I called him. He helped me with the tow truck. You know, I told him, like, if you can pay for the towing, which was $180, I'll pay for the parts. And that was like already $350 at, and I had maybe $600 in my savings at the time. Mm-hmm. And instead of him saying like, yeah, baby, I got you, don't even worry about it, he immediately jumped to, well, did you ask your dad? That made me feel some type of way. What the hell my daddy got to do with anything? I'm asking you. You're my man. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to ask my dad, he would have been the first option, but I don't fuck with my dad. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's that's besides the point. Yeah. I'm asking you. So it's like stuff like that. Like, and then it's like, I look and it's like, if we were to go to Vegas, he brings 10 grand. So you're willing to gamble 5 grand, but you can't help me with the tow. Like, it's a problem. It's like things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's just like, you're selfish as hell. Very selfish.
Do you ever talk to him about that and how it made you feel?
I actually did last night. I ripped him a new one. And I told him how...
last night. See, y'all not done yet.
No, we're done. But like, he called me on the phone because he wanted to see me. And I went on my date. Like, that was my priority. I wanted to enjoy my time.
Yeah.
And so we talked and I told him about himself. Like, you know, it comes to the point now, like, the reason why I'm so content with myself even more is because I'm emotionally learning how to navigate without a stimulant, for one. Mm-hmm. And I've always been the type of person, I don't tolerate a lot of bullshit. Yeah. So I guess those go hand in hand. It helps a lot. But I don't ask him for nothing. I don't expect jack from him. I don't expect anything. I feel like if there's an issue that I would usually go to my man for, I'm going to figure it out on my own. And he will never know what's happening.
And that situation sucks because... if I'm looking at that from a a guy's perspective, or my perspective.
Yeah.
First, it depends on how long the relationship's been going.
Yeah.
Because if I've been with this person for so long, it's not even gonna be a question.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna help, if I can.
Yeah.
It's like a layup.
Yeah.
But if it's a fresh relationship, even some of my friendships, it's, oh, can you help me with do-do? I just need do-do-do. The first thing I ask myself is, if I do this, do I become their new bank account?
Yeah.
And
I feel like these days you got to be careful of that.
Yeah, I'm always like, because it's one thing if a person, because I try to help people, but the people I typically try to help besides family is people who don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But when they come, it's, yeah, I got you. Then, can you? Then I got to block them.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that.
Yeah. But at that point, I mean, it's not really your problem, right?
True, but, you know, it got you frustrated when he asked you to go to your dad.
It did.
How long was y'all together at this time?
We were a year in.
Never mind.
But now, if we're going to talk about that, the one time when I met him, we were about a month in. Mm-hmm. August, September, October, 2 months in. He was already staying at my place. And I was behind on rent, so I'd asked him if he could help me with my rent. It was like $1,500 at the time. Mm-hmm. He didn't give me an answer then and there, which made me feel some type of way because I'm very independent. That me having to ask someone for something, it doesn't make me feel good. Like I'm okay. So you know what I mean?
If you come to that point, you've exhausted all options.
Oh yeah, he was the last opportunity.
Okay, and that even changes things because we know there's people out there, male and female, who will ask. Yeah. Just because they want it.
Yeah, no,
it's like
no.
addiction.
Like I tried looking for loans. Like I did not want to ask him because of how fresh it was. But then maybe a few days later, he was like, well, here's the cash. Like I'll give it to you. But if you can just make sure I get the money back. And it's just like, okay, I'll give you.
You didn't like that?
No, I didn't like it. Like
I ain't gonna lie, I respect that. I do that.
I mean, if we weren't kicking boots, absolutely.
Kicking boots or not. Nothing, to me, there's nothing. If a person come to me and say, can I borrow whatever? Soon as you say that, I don't care if you're my daughter.
I guess it's the way he went about it that bothered me.
I think it's the fact that he told you to pay him back.
Well, yeah, I felt some type of way, but I paid him back though. I did. Yeah. But I felt some type of way only because it's like I'll pay you back, but like it's like he was expecting it ASAP. Mind you, I was not in the financial position. Like, I was broke as hell, barely trying to make sure I had the next meal.
Yeah, I say, yeah, that's wrong. But if anybody asks me to borrow money, it can be $2. You borrowing? I want my $2 back.
Well, yes.
But if a person say, "Can I have?" I don't have. Then it's different.
Yeah.
So that part, I think, in my opinion, you needed the money for the rent, and he said, "Pay him back." I have no problem with that.
Which I did. I don't know.
You were just thinking, you got the nerve to ask me to pay this money
shit.
back?
Like, what? I thought what? That's what we're on? But I mean, I'm happy I ended up paying him back because now I owe him nothing. Yeah. I owe him nothing. I am able to walk away independent and free with me not having to give him anything. So.
Okay. Well, sound like you moved on from that chapter.
Yeah.
You kind of flipping the introductory pages to a new one.
Yeah.
My question during this process, as you're getting to know this person and you're getting out of this toxic relationship, how do you make time for yourself? Like rebuilding you, being a healthier you while going into the dating world?
Therapy. I do therapy and I do self-care. At least like once a month. But like therapy, I do like the self-care part, like the nails and the pampering and like taking myself on lunch dates or going down to the Rose Garden downtown. Like I can do that literally like maybe once a month.
So you do self-care once a month?
Yeah. But like therapy sessions and stuff and checking in and working on my mental health, that's literally maybe 2 times a week. I have sessions with my therapist. So we show up together. She challenges me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, now that I'm off my antidepressants, I'm able to navigate how I want to do things.
Yeah.
And I'm now sitting at, this is my life, this is my world, and I choose who I can have in it. And it's either you're sitting at my table or you're not sitting at my table. And I don't feel bad about it.
You shouldn't.
Before I did. I felt hella bad.
You got to prioritize yourself.
Exactly.
There's too many vultures out here.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Cool. And I would say probably, if possible, self-care. It don't have to be like pampering yourself, spending money. Mm-hmm. But I tell anybody, I try to focus on self-care more than once a week. Mm-hmm. Even if it's, laying down, listening to music, reading a book.
Or making your favorite meal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just, like we started off, just try not to lose yourself in other people. Yeah,
I did lose myself in him. Yeah. Like I look back, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I really don't.
We all been there.
This is like the third time though. Like
it's not bad. Well, what's the difference this time versus the previous? As far as you making a decision where I'm really going to focus on me, my mental health, and try to make sure this doesn't happen again.
What's the difference?
Yes.
I'm not on a stimulant.
You gonna blame it on the?
I honestly am. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've never been on one, so I can't say.
Yeah. When you lack a lot of dopamine, like your emotions depend on that stimulant, which means someone can slap you and disrespect you, and you're gonna be mad for a little bit, but then you're just gonna be like,
So it clouds your.
Yeah, my judgment. Yeah. Absolutely.
So the stimulus is making the decisions more so than you are.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, because now it's like I'm making the decision. Okay. I don't care. There's no emotion behind it.
That's what's up. And as we wrap this episode up, one question.
Yes.
What would you tell a teenage version of you who was going into the dating world?
Ooh.
With what you know now, who you are today, what would you tell the younger you?
Don't wait. That's a good question. I would tell myself to be patient on yourself. Do not rush into something because someone wants to do something nice for you. You know what I mean? Choose yourself. Be easy on yourself. That's honestly all I can say. Like, you better run until someone can show you that they are worthy of your time and attention. Because you only have one life. And if you fuck that shit up, you're screwed.
So just be easy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a hard question for you, huh?
It was very hard. Very. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
This is your host, James Parker. Been another good talk.
Yeah.
With Hannah. True for the trenches. So, holla at y'all later.